The loss of her firstborn child was already painful enough. But unfortunately, there would be more heartache, more trials, more reasons to give up hope. On the other hand, could these trials be reasons to return to God? Galina continues her story.
The time period from when my Dennis died through the time when I got pregnant with Alexei, my second son, my father passed away. My sister Nadezhda almost died in a hospital. I promised to God if He gonna heal my sister, I will come back to Him. And miracle happens. When I went back to Krasnodar, I ran to church and I asked God for forgiveness, and I asked whole church for forgiveness for what I walk away from all of them, and they very lovingly and hugging me and kiss me and forgive me and welcome me back.
Galina had returned to the Lord, and through her church, she experienced the forgiveness she desired. It seemed hope had returned, that her life was beginning to head in the right direction. But that glimmer of hope was short-lived.
Very soon I got pregnant with Alexei. I was so happy that I can be a mother again. Vasily became more and more violent and aggressive. I remember he hit me so badly in my pregnant stomach. I was almost 7 months pregnant. I couldn't stop crying, and he just begging me for forgiveness again. He kneeled down and begging me to forgive him, and I went to the doctor office in the morning to check up on my baby. And when doctor told me everything okay with baby, like we're gonna see only when he gonna be born if it's gonna be any damage. And I begging God every day for giving me a healthy boy. After Alexei was born, I remember how Vasily was drunk. He grabbed my baby from the crib and trying to throw him from the balcony. And I remember how I begging him on my knees to put baby back and stop terrorizing us. And he said, I just want him to broke his back and died. And it just was so horrible. And later I got pregnant with Peter. Vasily was so violent between the pregnancy, between the kids. And I remember when he choking me, I couldn't even breathe once. And I remember I was blackout, and finally his hand take off of my neck. Hardly you can see, my eyes were so swollen. And I went to work, nobody can recognize me, and they asked me what happened. I have to lie about what happened. If I'm gonna tell them the truth, he will be in a jail. And again, I was forgive him over and over and over. In other episodes I remember, my mom was visit me with my brother Peter, and he grabbed the hatchet. When I tried to pick up my baby from the crib, he put hatchet behind my back, and he said, if you're gonna touch a child, I'm gonna cut you into pieces right there. And he said it in front of my mother and my brother, who was only 14. When we came back home, he got arrested, and 3 hours later, he came home like nothing happens.
More and more it seemed Vasily was losing control, losing his grip on civilized behavior, and the violence that Galina was enduring had gone beyond frightening. What possessed Vasily to act this way? Just how tight was the grip of evil itself, and what was it really capable of doing? These are questions we'd rather not ask, but the answers would become a cruel reality.